So I'm going to try to pick up where I left off. Basically, right off the gate, the two elected officials, Hawley and Jackson, immediately start making very very specific false criminal allegations, and we know they're false because they've barely given us any information about Shooter. And what they have is that his father was Republican and apparently was in Trump's private database. Trump's a huge stockholder in Blackstone, which was originally part of BlackRock, and there's no separation really between the Wall Street corporations because they're all partnered. They're all merged. It's one big monopoly. BlackRock, Blackstone, State Street, and then they have all these subsidiaries that look like they're separate when they're not. The kid was in a commercial. He wasn't necessarily a paid actor, according to them, but I don't trust a damn thing BlackRock has to say. Just because he may not have been an actor with an agent, and then they paid the agent, and the agent got a percentage, and then the kid doesn't mean he wasn't paid. Doesn't mean there wasn't some other kickback. And kickbacks, a lot of these idiotic private investigators, they're not licensed private investigators. They're just fucking idiots. Any idiot that would do some dumb shit for big real estate, the Pomerlows, Redstone, and the local big real estate that's in bed with BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, Trump, and his New York real estate attorney, Cuomo, Trump's former Democrat. That's Jimmy Dore just released a good clip about how The View used to love Trump. What Jimmy just didn't bother to mention was Trump was a Democrat in all those clips. That's why the women at The View were fawning over him. They're going to release that to the MAGA crowd very slowly. They got to be spoon-fed because they're not very accepting of the truth. They're so worshipped of him because he spews the right rapist fantasy hate speech that's pretty much synonymous with Joe Biden on the congressional floor when he's pitching that racist Jim Crow crime bill. So when Trump said, "Oh, Joe's a liberal, Joe, he's so far left," Joe Biden or Trump knows better. And Republicans and Democrats calling Trump a ultra right-wing Republican, they know better. They know Trump got Hillary Clinton parachuted into the New York Senate as an Arkansas Dixiecrat. Guess who was going to run against her? JFK Jr. We saw what happened with that. How'd that work out for him? And who got to handle the investigation and the recovery of the plane? President Bill Clinton. So we have these very influential federal elected Republicans making all these serious, knowingly false, criminal allegations of capital homicide and some form of treason in the attempted assassination of Trump, which is also probably punishable by death penalty. And then the two other injured people, which who knows how the prosecutors will charge with that. I would imagine, based on what I'm seeing, probably going to be attempted murder or some very serious top felony. That goes by the medical records. The medical records determine the more harm that's done, the more permanent the injuries, the higher the level of was it attempted manslaughter, reckless endangerment, some form of assault, some form of battery. Each state is different, so I can't even speculate at the state how Pennsylvania state prosecutors will handle it, or the special prosecutors for DOJ. But yet none of the Democrats are pushing back. None of the Democrats are And another thing, all of those Republicans, Hawley and Jackson, knew damn well Trump ordered the assassinations of both an Iranian and Iraqi officials to overthrow their democratically elected governments and install their corporate shills, Wall Street shills. Because Wall Street isn't just America, it's global. United Health, Centene Corporation, Catholic Health, Common Spirit Health, which is a merger between Catholic Health East and Catholic Health West, or Catholic Health Initiatives. All CEO Lloyd Dean, the guy who helped write Obamacare, which is basically Romney care. Mitt Romney's a fucking Republican, but you really think we have two separate political parties? Which somehow made it profitable for insurance companies to allow the doctors to make false claims. I don't know how that works. And everybody, pretty much, most people that are truly sick and truly need health care know damn well the Affordable Care Act is criminal. How you going to threaten somebody for not buying a bad faith insurance policy that does absolutely nothing for you? And outrageous prices for these shitty policies with United Healthcare or Centene Corporation. That's racketeering. And the healthcare systems, for the most part, are tax-exempt nonprofits. That's definitely RICO violations. Yet not a single Democrat, none of their big lawyers came out and said, whoa, 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 motherfuckers, how come you're not blaming it on Iraq? How do you know the shooter wasn't hired, didn't get a big transfer of money from Iran or Iraq? Or China, that's another one of their favorites. How come the Democrats didn't even come out and said, oh no, it was one of your Putin puppets? Nothing. They all stuck. Every single response from all of them was off the record, meaning all in on social media that everybody watches, that everybody could see, or on the news media. It's all entertainment platforms, meaning off the record, meaning not submitting evidence and swearing out affidavits and filing it at an official level in a courtroom where you're held accountable, where you have to show evidence. You can't just talk shit in a courtroom, as Trump's finding out. And Cuomo, his New York real estate attorney's finding out the hard way. You don't just get to try it. And they're trying to have the whole trial in the public domain. They want to try it all in the press. Nobody wants to make any formal criminal allegations. And Josh Hawley was the former Missouri Attorney General, and he's a lawyer who studied at Stanford and Yale, so he fucking knows better. So they don't have to show any evidence. And they're keeping it limited to left versus right here in the U.S. to keep everybody bickering. Where's the ballistics reports? Usually when there's an officer involved shooting, the officers have to surrender their weapon. The forensics team has to go around and collect all the slugs and determine what bullets came from what guns, so that, let's say those two injured people want to say, oh, we're going to have a payday. Let's sue the Secret Service. You know, the shooter's dead. We can't shoot him. He really didn't have no much money. Let's say the Secret Service fucked up and shot us, so we're going to sue them. Well, with the ballistics would say, oh, we recovered the slug. No, it absolutely came from the shooter's gun. And it goes without saying that they're going to admit the would-be assassin's gun into evidence and run ballistics on it. They were supposed to, where's the ballistics report? And when people say, why didn't the doctor have a press conference and people say, oh, well, Trump's got entitled to HIPAA. No, this was a capital crime. The Republicans and Trump are claiming that Democrats tried to kill him. That is a felony charge. That's a capital. That's a capital crime. And then it resulted in the death of somebody and the injury of somebody. Okay, now that's capital murder, and then 2 potential attempted murder charges. There's no privacy there. You're making criminal allegations. But they're not doing it, Josh Hawley didn't notify Columbia or Pennsylvania state attorneys or attorney general. You need to file. Why didn't he call the attorney general or the local prosecutor and swear out affidavits and enter evidence? Or Ronnie Jackson, who's a doctor who knows damn well he doesn't get to. Everything has to be, because doctors assist prosecutors every day of the week. You smack your wife and break her jaw, she ends up in the ER. The prosecutor charges you according to how much damage you did. You just black her eye, that may be some low form of battery or a minor assault. You break her jaw, break her arm, you're going to prison for a while. That raises up to felony assault. Candyman Ronnie Jackson doing this and popping pills and talking all this shit. But nobody's actually making formal criminal. Trump did the same thing. Oh, they stole the election, and then went into civil court and made criminal allegations. Yes, the Democrats stole the election from Trump because Trump helped them steal the election from Bernie Sanders. So they hamstrung his ass so he couldn't do shit. That's why he said, Bill, they're stealing it. And Bill said, leave it the fuck alone, motherfucker, because if you don't, we'll all go to jail. And he didn't listen. So he says, oh, okay. Well, instead of hiring special counsel, I'll just file a bunch of civil lawsuits. You can't go into a civil courtroom as a public official and make criminal allegations of evidence tampering. Because the crime wasn't really against you, Donald Trump. The crime was against we, the people. So that means it has to be special prosecutor. But he can do that because then he would have gone to jail too. Because once the special prosecutors are involved, they get to look at all of it. They're going to go, okay, you're accusing the Democrats.